Hi, Zachy. This book is for you, and I'm going to read it. It's called Franklin and the New Teacher. I think it's going to be a pretty cool book. And you know who else who wants to listen? Look, this guy here. Look at this guy. Polar. He wants to listen. Okay, get your ears. Let's turn his ears on. Click. Click. Okay, his ears are turned on, Zach. Okay, let's read the story for you. Nina's still getting good at this. I'm working on it, okay? But you just listen. Let's have a look at it. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go down here, change the camera around. Wow. Franklin and the New Teacher. Wow. Franklin looks like he's a turtle. I'd say he's a turtle. Now, let's just have a look here. What does it say there? Franklin and the New Teacher. Look, he's got mathematics on the board here. 5 plus 1, 3 plus 3. So I say 5 plus 1 equals 6, and 3 plus 3 equals 6. Have you figured that one out? Okay, Zach, let's look at this. This looks like it's a pretty cool town. Actually, do you know what? It looks a lot like where you live, because I can see a river. Oh, that must be a school bus. And that looks like some buildings I've seen when I come over to see you. And here is a park, a playground. That's pretty cool. This might look a lot like something you have up in the mountain that you go to when you maybe go on a wee day out somewhere. What do you reckon? Could be looking like that, eh? Can't wait to see you there. Okay, so here's the first page. This is an owl. Looks like the teacher's an owl, doesn't it? Franklin had always lived in the same house in the same town. Every day he took the same bus to the same school, and his teacher was Mr. Owl. Franklin liked things to stay the same. Then came the start of the new school year, and things were a little different. Let's turn the page, Zach. What's different about this new year? What's going on here? Shall we talk about this first, and then we'll read the words? Oh, Mr. Owl, he's done something to his foot. He's got a bandage on his foot. I wonder if he went skiing and had an accident. He's got his wee cup of tea there, his book, and looks like a walking stick. Help him walk. Because of his foot, he won't be able to walk. And what does it say? It says, at the end of summer holidays, Mr. Owl broke his foot. A supply teacher was coming to take his place. Franklin was worried. I want Mr. Owl to be my teacher, he told his parents. Then he had an idea. I think I'll wait for Mr. Owl to come back, he said. Franklin's parents smiled. You'll be fine, his mummy replied. Look, here they are, all are here. There's a mummy, a daddy, a big brother Jonah, and Zachy. What are they doing? Mum and Dad are reading the books. These days they'd be on the iPad, wouldn't they? And you guys are colouring in. Wow, that's cool. We're gonna turn the page. Here we go. What's over here? Oh, look, he's on his way to school. He doesn't look happy. Let's see what he's saying. On the first day of school, Franklin moaned and groaned and rubbed his tummy. Said his mother. Maybe you have a case of new teacheritis. Franklin nodded. I'd better stay home, he replied. His mother gave him a hug. You'll feel better soon as you're with your friends, she said. Look at this page, Zach. That must be his mummy hugging him goodbye. Oh, it looks like he's got a wee sister. See? Do you think that's a sister carrying Mr. Fox, her toy? Yeah. Maybe I mistook a brother. Let's have a look. We'll go back a page. No, that's not a sister. Maybe the sister was a... Oh, there's the sister there. No, he's got a younger sister. So this is Franklin, and he's got a younger sister. And there's her little fox. Look. Silly Nina. Silly Nina. Okay, so here we go again. So Mummy's giving Franklin a hug, and his little sister is just sitting there with her wee fox, waiting for Mummy to finish. Okay, what's going on this page? Oh, it looks like he's on the school bus with his mates. Yeah, looks like a rabbit and a bear. Is that a bear? Yeah, a bear and a fox. Oh, I like their hats. Their hats are really cool, aren't they? Okay, so over here, they're on the school bus, and we're going to see what it says. Franklin's mother was wrong. All of Franklin's friends were worried too, just like him. What if he's big and scary? Asked the snail. What if he won't let us have snack time? Asked the bear. What if he gives us too much work? Asked Rabbit. Everyone was quiet as the bus pulled into the schoolyard. Here's the schoolyard. What's going on in the schoolyard? Oh, he's got lots of friends, hasn't he? Now that does look like a forest up near you, and it also looks like a forest that we've been to in Belfast, eh? Yeah, there's loads of guys here. Okay, so there's rabbit, bear, fox, Franklin the turtle, there's a duck and a, I don't know what that one is. That is a, what is it, a raccoon? Not sure. And this guy, here's an otter, and he's a skunk. Okay, so what's on this page? Oh, the teacher's come out ringing the bell. So at 9 o'clock, the new teacher stepped outside and rang the bell. "G'day," she hollered. "My name is Miss Koala." Everyone was surprised. "He's a she," whispered Franklin. Goodness me, he's a she. Oh, what's going on here? Let's read the words. The students filed into the classroom. "You may sit wherever you like," said Miss Koala. Beaver put up her hand. "Franklin and Bear shouldn't sit together," she said. "They talk too much." "But mates want to sit together," replied Miss Koala. "Fair dinkum, school should be fun." Franklin hurried to sit beside Bear. "Why does she talk funny?" whispered Bear. "Because she's not Mr. Owl, that's why," Franklin answered. See, what are they doing here in this classroom? Look, they've all filed in. This is the new teacher, Koala. Yeah, she's a lady. Some of them are sitting down. They do look worried though, don't they? They're worried about this new teacher. I'm not so sure if they should be. Let's turn the page. Here we go. Miss Koala handed out paper and books, pencils and rulers. "Mr. Owl has left us lots of work," she said. Then she sighed. "What a ripper day to be stuck inside, eh? When I left down under, it was winter." "Huh?" said Franklin. Miss Koala smiled. "Oz," she said, "you know." But Franklin didn't know, and neither did anyone else. Look, they all look a bit confused, don't they? Here she is talking to them. Poor old Foxy. Foxy looks very confused. Otter kind of looks like he's got a bit of a smile on his face, but not so sure what he's thinking. Turning the page. What's going on here? Miss Koala pointed to the classroom globe. "I'm from Australia," she explained. "See, class, Australia's down under, from where we are now. We have winter when you have summer." "Why did you leave Australia?" Franklin asked. "I like to try new things," Miss Koala answered. Franklin thought about the same cereal he always ate for breakfast and the same lunch he brought to school every day. Then he thought about Mr. Owl. "I don't," he said. He glared at Miss Koala. "I like everything to stay the same." Said Miss Koala. What they doing here, Zach? Looks like they're having a wee conference and talking about it. Yeah, they don't quite know what to make of this new teacher. Right, turn the page. See what they're going to do about it. Here we go. At recess, Miss Koala followed Franklin outside. "I need your help, mate," she told him. "I think some of the others miss Mr. Owl." Franklin nodded. "They probably think I'm different," she added, "and that I talk funny." Franklin nodded again. Miss Koala continued. "Maybe if they got to know me a bit better, they wouldn't worry so much. Any ideas, mate?" Franklin shook his head. Miss Koala sighed. What's over here? Look, there she is trying to talk to him, telling him it's going to be okay. Wants some help from him to get the friends to see that she's a pretty good teacher. What do you reckon? Okay, Zach, we're going to turn the page. Here we go. In a little while, Miss Koala rang the bell. When everyone was in line, she held up a curved piece of polished wood. "Let's stay outside a bit longer," she said, "and I'll show you how to use a boomerang." She led the class to the field. "When you throw a boomerang just right, it circles around and comes back to you, like this." Miss Koala flicked her wrist. "Wow!" everyone exclaimed. The whole class wanted to try, and they did, over and over and over. "It's not as easy as it looks," grumbled Beaver. Look, here they are, all trying to give it a go. This is a boomerang. Boomerang. It's made of wood, Zachy, and they play with it in Australia. Here we go. Soon it was Franklin's turn again. He hoped he could do it. Maybe he could show Mr. Owl when he got back. He held his arm up and out to the side and let go. He watched the boomerang sail out across the field. Then he stared in amazement as the boomerang swung back. "Good on you, Franklin," cried Miss Koala. "You're a true blue Aussie now." Franklin frowned. "I am?" he asked. He didn't know what a true blue Aussie was, did he, Zachy? He needs that explained to him, I think. Turn the page. Okay. Back in the classroom, Miss Koala said it was time for show and tell. "Mr. Owl says we're too big for show and tell," said Snail. "So we didn't bring anything," added Franklin. "Too bad," said Miss Koala. "Show and tell is a good way to get to know people. Well, let's do some maths instead." She started writing on the board. Franklin sat thinking. Slowly, he put up his hand. Look, she started writing on the board. 2 + 1 is 3. 4 plus, maybe that's a 3 behind her hand. 4 + 3 is 7. You can do maths now, Zachy. I bet you can do some sums. Okay, so here we go. We'll just wait for it to focus. It's taking a while. There we go. Miss Koala turned around. "Yes, Franklin?" Remember, Franklin put up his hand. "Yes, Franklin?" she asked. "I was wondering if you could be show and tell," he said. "You could tell us all about Australia." "Bonza, Franklin!" exclaimed Miss Koala. "What a great idea!" Franklin grinned. For the rest of the morning, Miss Koala talked about Australia. She showed the class photos of her family and friends. She found a book in the library and showed them pictures of all kinds of things they'd never seen before. "Do you like Australia?" asked Franklin. "Fair dinkum," she answered. "Too right. Australia's right next to New Zealand, and both of those are great countries." Here she goes. She's reading to them. They seem quite happy because they're looking at photos. Look, they're looking at photos of her friends and family. There you go. Franklin looks quite happy now, doesn't he? Looking up at Miss Koala there with all his mates. Okay, Zachy, turning the page. That night, over dinner, Franklin's parents asked if he liked the new teacher. "Miss Koala," said Franklin. "Fair dinkum. She's from Oz, you know, down under." His parents laughed. "And what about Mr. Owl?" asked his mother. "Do you miss him?" Franklin stopped to think. "A little bit," he said, "but it's okay. I know he'll be back. This is the family having dinner, look. Cool, huh? That is really cool. Looks like they have a pet dog. Look at that. All those beautiful veggies in the basket. Yum, yum, yum. I bet you their mummy cooks beautiful dishes, Zachy, just like your mummy does. Good, healthy food, huh? And he thought Mr. Owl would come back just like a boomerang. And he started laughing. So he was happy with his new teacher. He's all happy now. Okay.